I'd like to talk to you about a scientist who went by the name of Stephen Hawking. Maybe you've heard of him. His contributions to the scientific community were many, and are still felt to this day. And I'm sure will still be felt in the future as his research is more analyzed, as people find out if he was correct about various things. He's a very important name. Before us is a black hole, and it's ejecting steam. That is excess matter that gets ejected from black holes in a small stream as it accumulates at the center of gravity. This is known as Hawking radiation, as he provided a scientifically backed argument in favor of its existence. His contributions reach not only into the scientific community, but have even gone so far as to have influenced the direction of Super Mario Galaxy 2. Thank you for all that you did. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Super Mario Galaxy 2. Last time, we finished up World 5. Every single star we could obtain in it, we have done. This time, we're taking the kid gloves off and going into Melty Monster Galaxy, our first foray into the enemy's home base. The Magnificent Magma Sea. Magma Sea, yes, see. Magma Sea, yes, see. Okay, I don't want to be too annoying after I said something that was kind of heartfelt at the beginning. Don't want to give you a total whiplash. It's getting pretty intense in here. We got lots of heat, literally and figuratively, as well as some kind of cryptogram floating around in space. Don't worry, I'll look into decoding it eventually with brute force. It's just kind of how you have to go about those things. And we'll use the pole stars to get through here. We have seen Magmargs before. They are pretty wild-looking enemies with goofy faces, and yet they still manage to look dangerous while looking incredibly derpy all at the same time. Can I? Yeah, maybe! I somehow lived there and didn't take damage. Not sure how I managed that, but I ain't about to complain. I can shake and just barely cheat death. Oh, that was cool. Shake again, barely cheat death again, because 2 for the price of 1, Grandma. Oh, man. Oh, that feels so good. All right. Just one of those cool set pieces where even though you don't really do a whole lot, you just feel cool after accomplishing it. I certainly didn't feel cool after taking a ×2 combo right there, though. ×2 combos are only cool whenever I'm cheating death, not when I'm gaining death. I guess we're kind of all technically gaining death at all times, when you really think about it. There is a life mushroom over there. I believe we've collected a life mushroom at full health before. I would have laughed if I got hit right there. I would have been chuckling along with you. But just in case we haven't, it's a 1-up, like everything else. And I somehow feel like we've seen that before. That is exactly what I said in that situation, because that's what everything is. So as we're just kind of pole dancing with no red coins involved, I want to talk to you about power-ups. So we have completed the power-up room. There are no more left for us to experience. And for those of you wily veterans who have played both Galaxy games, you pieced together probably that there are 2 power-ups missing in action that did not make a return. There are several power-ups that only appeared for 1 mission, but the 2 that never returned were the Ice Flower, as anytime that you ever go across ice, the ground just kind of does the bidding for you where it freezes itself. There's Frozen Waterfall while jumping, but the waterfalls freeze themselves before you get to it. And I remember that I didn't even notice they were gone. I figured that they were in the game because a lot of the things that I remember doing with the Ice Flower weren't there. And not only that, but the other one, as much as I hate to say it, is a power-up that has only ever appeared 1 time in the entire canon. The Red Star. This was a power-up that I was hoping would make a return, as it kind of makes you feel like knights. You fly all around, you have free flight for a limited time, and I feel like you could have done some really interesting purple coin collecting missions with it, or just, maybe made levels very open to exploration, allowing, maybe making a star that didn't have sling stars or launch stars in it so that you could freely take care of objectives in any order that you wanted. That type of level is kind of sorely missing, and I feel like it really could have gone a long way to making interesting missions. I get that using free flight and level design is hard, and you don't want to give the player too much freedom, otherwise it just feels like it's not even a challenge and you don't really have much control over what's going on. So I get it. I just wish that it made a return, and I wanted to give acknowledgement to those 2 power-ups. These are Magmas. I was going to call them Magmars if they didn't have names, because they're clearly just lesser Magmargs. The Scorched Planets telegraph the ones that they're going to walk through, or the ones that the daddy versions are going to come up and attack through. I personally find them more dangerous than the daddy versions because they never stop moving and they're just many in number. You see them all the time and you can't really gravitate toward that. I'll take the Comet Metal though. That's a really long piece of rock that they walk through. You see what I mean? There's just a lot more to keep track of with them because there's just so many of them and they're all moving different ways at the same time. And I could very much see somebody getting overwhelmed because of just how many different ways they're walking out of, which I couldn't see happening with the biggie one. Okay, good time. Gotta spin twice. There's that double intensity. And over we go. One way or another. Had a pretty easy time of it. Come on, Bowser. That all you got? Show us what you can really do. Well, we can advance to about the last possible theme that I would have ever imagined to be in the last world of a Mario game. Just a peaceful foresty place. Look straight at World 1. Another hungry mouth defeat. I hope you know what we're doing. I hope we didn't pick up a Magmarg and take it into our ship. Oh, even worse. Our reward is a second gambling Luma. As if one of them was already useless enough on its own, now we got two of them. Well, okay. I guess I might as well gamble for it. It does feel good to have a high life counter, even though we already have Supermassive Galaxy, so this is like triply useless compared to what it would be. No, it's... What's the word for 33 times something? Because that's what it is if it's 99 lives versus what these guys give you. Or, is there a word for, like, multiplying something by 33? Like double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, 30-thruple? Somehow I did. Oh, this guy wants 100 coins! Okay, never mind. He doesn't want star bits. I also like how the coin counter is struggling to keep up with that. It slowed down there for a second. So it's 100 coins a spin. He gives you 5 dice, so he's not quite as bad as he think. Oh, I got the 5 out. And I didn't get the last one. The coins don't have any actual purpose to collecting them like star bits do, so you might as well do this, but personally it's just so much more time consuming than going to Supermassive and doing it there that I don't see the point. I don't know, it just feels like a very strange reward and like they had to give you something for clearing Melty Monster Galaxy because somebody comes with you from each one. I guess in a way it's fitting that the least helpful crew member comes from Bowser's base. It's like he's sabotaging you. The Melty Monster beckons us once again with its swollen lips that we cannot resist being close to. Yeah, stop me right there. A stroll down Rolling Lane. This mission is bizarre. There's some very strange things to Luigi. Hey, bro. You're looking for a star around here, huh? Well, you want me to take over for a little while? Yeah, I'll switch to you. Yeah. We haven't seen Luigi in the rock suit, and I hereby dub thee Luigneous. Huh? I like how his shoes are made of rocks, like they're actually like jagged and everything. There's two things that we could do. I think maybe we'll take this one first. So this is not actually truly the rock suit. This is the one and only time that ground pounding with the rock suit has been disabled. It has one fewer move than before. If I can demonstrate that. Yeah, I tapped Z right there, didn't do a ground pound. Normally that can be used to stop on a dime, but as you can see, they don't exactly want you doing that as we got a speed challenge here. We hop over the middle, easy one up every time, that I just missed. And yeah, it's pretty sick. It's just good, simple fun. Rock Suit is awesome. Such a good power-up that I wish would come back because it was too good to only happen once. This here is, in my subjective opinion, I don't know what speedrunners believe, but when talking about casual play, I can see this pretty much being the case every time. This is the most efficient place to grind for star bits. If you just play this mission again and again and again, doesn't even matter if you die, you keep star bits after you die, just keep going through it again and again, you'll get around 100 star bits every time, and it should be pretty good at supplying you for as long as you need. 88 stars. I've always thought 8 was a luckier number than 7, at least for my experiences, and, oh, thought it was be a prankster comet. I'm sorry, Luigi. It wasn't out of lack of caring that I forgot about you, it was that I didn't want you to leave. I never want you to leave. I like you, bud. Back in for a third round, the Magnificent Magma Sea has another one. So, okay. This is the same starting planet each time. It has this warp pipe in the bottom of it, regardless of which mission you go into. And if we go into it, you're seeing how we're in this big old bubble of space nonsense? If we go back outside the pipe... What's that flickering? Whatever could that flicker... Look at that! That wasn't there a second ago. It forgets to despawn the big old bubble of scariness that you're playing around inside of when you're there. Some Nintendo employee was eating a sandwich. Just a fun oversight, not really that bad, and it's the chimp. Look who decided to show up. Step into the house of the chimp. This is... Do you live here? You ready for something new? Just roll over, the enemy's up ahead. So you game or what? Come on, you'll do it, right? Okay. All right, let's see. You got what it takes, pal. Grab a rock mushroom over there. If you can get 5,000 points or more, then maybe I'll give you a star. Got a fun game dealing with these pinheads. And I gotta say, for a level named Melty Monster Galaxy, it sure is cold and has to do with rocks a lot for 2 of its 3 missions. It only lives up to its name in 1 time out of 3. We'll do these, some easy strikes that we've bowled so far, and now we're working into some more challenge. We gotta jump preemptively, knock these guys down. And now it gets to be more about timing, where you can mess up pretty badly and still get all of them. But here, not so much. What I like to do is stand behind this line right here, because if your timing is off, you will just cancel out of it when you hit the ledge. I was correct right there, so didn't have to worry about it. And we gotta preemptively time this right about now. Yes, still perfect. Only got a bowl of 9, and I got 2 more lanes to do it in. Once again, preemptively do it. Okay, that timing would have been wrong, so I don't have to worry about it because I did it before the line. It's amazing what following the rules of a sport can do for your success. That's all of them still. And I only got to knock over 3 of these guys. Yeah, I played it safe. That's game. What? You got 5,200 points? I'm suddenly a toad. Well, I gotta acknowledge you as my greatest rival, and I'll give you this star to prove it. His sound just sounded very toad-like there, so I had to make it sound like he, had a toad in his throat. Okay, give me the star. Let's get out of here before he punches me upside the head for doing that one, because he's totally the kind of guy that would do it. Could we have a prankster comet? It's been a while since we've gotten one of those, and it would be pretty nice right now, because I don't know if I want to start up a new level. I think I just would rather grab that. No. Well, there is one last detail to that mission. If you go a long time without doing it, he'll send you a letter informing you that he wants to challenge you in case you've skipped over him and just simply forgot. Just as kind of a reminder. He only murders you for failing that minigame if he sent you the letter first. It's like he's a serial killer sending mail to taunt his victims. Now, there's a hungry Luma down here. Wants 1,800 star bits, almost everything we have. And I don't want to spend it on that because I know what that level is. Instead, we're going to go into Clockwork Ruins Galaxy. Not a level that I hear often talked about, but I do like. Time for adventure! Looking pretty tricky. Can we leave this one to Luigi? Nope. Personal theory of mine. I think that we actually have been traveling through time, like Lubba said, by moving greater than the speed of light. Someone pointed this out, that it seems like, you know, there are ways that you could interpret it as traveling through time because of how light speed travel is believed to work. I say this because I think that this is Slip Sand Galaxy, just in a much brighter time. It's the same background with the extremely tall towers. The music is the same. The visual theming is very similar. It's just lush and green now, and this might be the ruins that were uncovered once the sand was gotten rid of. I don't have much more proof than that, but it seems like a few too many coincidences to be perfectly accidental, wouldn't you say? Of course, though, could just be they wanted to reuse assets and accidentally created canon by doing that. Happens to the best games. Okay, so I'm gonna go down here. And this pole is really just so we can get back on. So nothing really of value down here. On the first day of this game's release, this was as far as I played. I got this far in one day, collecting every single star along the way. That's how beyond hooked I was. I think that maybe the themes for the levels aren't always the most exciting, but the missions, oh, the missions are the best. Just so many memorable ones, so many times where I've gone, oh yeah, this one, and been happy to see a level again because I remembered exactly what we're gonna be doing in it. Some level themes did get reused from other games, sure, but I think what they did with them was just phenomenal. So terrific what they did with them. Missions are really fun, and I just had an absolute blast, and I was exhausted by the end of my first day with this game. If I can share a personal story, this was one of those AAA titles where retailers didn't order enough to curb the demand because of just how insanely well it sold. I didn't pre-order it because I had kind of started swearing off pre-ordering by this point because it is generally considered a pretty bad idea. Because I didn't pre-order it, I actually couldn't find a copy anywhere. My local stores didn't have them. A lot of inventory got reallocated to big cities, and I was worried that I wasn't going to get to play it on launch day. And then, by crazy chance, my mom just happened to need to go into another town to do something. She stopped in at a store and told me that she saw it on a store shelf and brought it to me, so it was pretty crazy. I asked her if she was going to be doing any shopping and if she could keep an eye out for me, and lo and behold, she finds one in another town and brings it to me, so it was a pretty memorable experience. One of the times that my mom has come through for me in my adult life, you know. We'll go ahead and flip this over. Yikes. I didn't think that would happen. Like with any case of this, whenever 3D platforming is allowed, you can always wall jump up here, which can be used to get you some secrets, but there is nothing of value around the perimeter of this square. Gee, sorry, Luma. Well, we'll keep going. Hit the switch, not have to ride this thing up. And that's actually it. Pretty simple. You could wait for the lifts, but who has time for waiting anymore? Thank you. It was starting to smell moldy in that cage. The star is up ahead. It's gotta be really unfortunate not having a nose yet still being able to smell. You don't have the luxury of being able to plug it up. Okay, right now, this might be a little bit too much information, so I apologize if any of you are like squeamish. Right now, I have a zit on the very, very tip of my nose. Yeah, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, shut up. But I'm telling you this because you want to know what the worst feeling ever is? I've always said it's when you have water in your shoe and you have to like keep the shoe on all day. That one's bad. That is known to scar people for life. But what is potentially even worse is death. Thought I could wall jump on that, didn't realize it wasn't wall jumpable. With renewable 1-ups, you don't have to learn anything. Now what I was saying was, with renewable 1-ups, you don't have to learn anything. He's dabbing. He was dabbing! Not the way I imagined the great hero of legend to go. My, how the mighty have fallen. Okay, pull it together, Emil. This should not be giving you this much trouble. You have lost less lives to much more challenging things. I was saying that the worst feeling ever is when you have a zit on top of just a tight area of skin that is right on top of a vein so you can feel your heart beating inside of your own zit. It is so annoying, and when you're trying to sleep, it's very distracting because you can feel your heartbeat inside of your face when you shouldn't, and it constantly distracts you from getting to sleep. And then, of course, because the zit is just so deep in there and it hasn't really come to a head yet, you can't just pop it to relieve the pressure to make it easy on yourself. No, you just gotta deal. Ugh, I can't stand that feeling so much. One of my least favorite feelings, and I didn't even realize that I didn't even realize that feeling was a thing until very recently when I was having this happen to me. Okay, so I'll do this and feel really cool as I swing up here. Look, I said feel really cool. Yeah, see how cool you can feel while doing that? Yeah, look at that. Like an acrobat. Plop down. And, oh, okay. You're just gonna deliver me unto my goal. I appreciate this convenience. Okay, wall jump, wall jump, wall jump, wall jump, wall jump. Then stand on the wall. And not only that, but you can jump out here, grab an easy one up. I did say I wanted more challenge, so I got my wish. I just realized that. Came in at just the perfect time. And in the most unexpected of packages, he made the lava level easy so my guard would be down for the forest level. And it's a one-up farming room, is it? Yes, it is. Went from Autono to Indeedy. No, you don't. Yes, you do. Jacko Goomba! Terrence Goomba! Octo Goomba! Give me the star bits. And there she blows. Got those broken up bricks and everything in there. That could also be a remnant from when Slipsend Galaxy entered a new era of prosperity. And here we go. So what I'm gonna do is get into this little crevasse. We are talking about geology after all. That is the proper pronunciation. And we got to do a jump. Ya chump! There it is. That might have been the longest mission yet. There was a lot to that, and I feel like saving the Luma in the middle could have been the end of any other star. Big 90. 2,000 star bits, climbing back up. Another letter. Hey, it's the Chimp. There's a new game over in the Honey Hop Galaxy. If you think you got what it takes, swing on by the Chimp. Sounds like a challenge. So we got that to deal with. And we also got another star in Clockwork Ruins Galaxy. So I think next time on Super Mario Galaxy 2, we'll make this number of 90 grow ever so closer to the end of the space journey. See you guys then.